All right. I'd like to welcome everyone to the June 18th, 2020 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please rise and join me in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board. To my right is our Vice President, Gary Merrill, and our County Administrator, Mike Fromer. To my left is fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis, and our clerk today is Sarah DeNova. So let's start.
Resolution number 20-522, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held June 15th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-522. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution numbers 20-523, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of awards and batch numbers CMA PR 0617 and memo transfers and batch numbers MTA PR 0617.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-523. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-524, in the matter of accepting and approving the Delaware County Sheriff's Office Transport Report for the month of May 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 20-524. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-525, in the matter of amending the child placement services contracts between the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, Safely Home Incorporated, and Buckeye Ranch Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Anderson with Job and Family Services. These are two of our placement agreements that we're renewing for an additional year. The amendment is just due to rate changes. Each year they're going to increase their rates.
You're satisfied with the care in both of these
Yes.
facilities? How much is the change in rates?
I did not bring that percentage with me or that rate. They normally bump them by a percentage per diem. I can forward that to you, but I did not bring that.
If you could, please, I'd just like to keep track of how much rates are going up.
Okay.
So hopefully it's nominal. Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 20-525. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution number 20-526, in the matter of approving the contract amendment between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and the Delaware County Transit Board for Transportation Services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
And this is our contract for non-emergency transportation, which is funded by Medicaid. The total dollar amount of the contract is not increasing, but the rate structure is. That's about a 5% increase. They have a different formula. Instead of time and mileage, it's based primarily on the mileage. They have a flat rate, and then after 5 miles, there's a per mile rate on any transportation. Through May, we've expended about $127,000 of the $140,000, so the contracts beginning July 1 will be $140,000 going forward.
And this is all Medicaid
Yes.
funded? Okay.
Yes.
So it's all 100% reimbursed.
It's passed through, correct.
Okay. All right, vote, please.
Vote on motion 20-526. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Resolution number 20-527, in the matter of extending the excise tax for lodging of transient guests for the benefit of the Delaware County Fairgrounds.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. This resolution is to extend for 15 years the tax on the lodging of transient guests for the benefit of the county fairgrounds. The Fair Board has provided a very comprehensive long-term capital improvement plan on their vision out there, and we're recommending approval of this resolution.
And I know we met and discussed this. It's been a few months.
Yeah, I think it was January, February, something like that. It kind of gets away from me, but
Yeah.
yeah. And this just, the legislator gave the opportunity for Delaware County to invest in
Right.
capital improvements, and I
We
think it's
were
a good thing.
pledging our support in that meeting.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I think this, as Mike alluded, they have spent a lot of time developing a very detailed plan of what they want to do with the fairgrounds, how they want to transform the fairgrounds into the showpiece that it should be. The first of that is the Ag Center building, which Construction has actually started, and it won't be finished by the fair time, but it'll be well on the way. So that's great to see. But again, it's transforming a fairgrounds, and it unfortunately has been neglected for decades in terms of investment in the buildings and infrastructure. So we're playing a lot of catch up. One of the challenges I think that this excise tax faces is the hotel industry. You know, they've been cut way back in their activities, so that does impact the bed tax receipts. You know, the last month was down over 90%. So hopefully, for a whole bunch of reasons, the hotel industry will rebound very quickly. But again, I want to thank the Fair Board for all their work. They've worked very hard on this. Legislators who passed this. So anyway, good news that we can plan for the long term and execute on that plan now with this reliable source of funding. So.
Well, and the fair brings many, many visitors
Oh, gosh, yeah.
to the county,
Yeah,
so.
and if we improve it, it'll
Big-
bring a lot more.
That's right, that's right.
There'll be
yeah.
more shows, more.
Yeah. That will benefit
events.
everybody.
The term we've used before, it's a tired fairgrounds that needs a lot of work, and
Yeah.
I know they're close to, and the reason this first building has been delayed somewhat has to do with trying to get the cost, doing the due diligence to get the cost in line with what they felt was fair and appropriate. So I think everyone's trying to do the right thing, and I think it brings tourists to our county, and it's good for Delaware County, it's good for Delaware City, and I think ultimately it's going to be good for everybody.
All right, we will take a vote.
Vote on motion 20-527. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 20-528, in the matter of approving a Delaware County revolving loan fund cooperative agreement by and among the Delaware County, Ohio, Delaware County Finance Authority and Buckeye State Bank, and approving a purchase order and voucher to the Delaware County Finance Authority.
So moved?
Yeah, go ahead.
Either way. take your
Second.
vote.
All right, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Fromer, County Administrator. This cooperative agreement has been laid out in working with the Finance Authority as well as Buckeye State Bank, the Revolving Loan Committee, and we're recommending approval of this. I was going to see if Chair of the Revolving Loan Committee wanted to say a few words real quick.
Okay.
You're up.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, no?
Everybody from the committee,
This is Mr. Don Ranky, Chair of
I'm
the,
sorry, Don Ranky.
well, we're streaming, so we have to identify everybody and recording.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
I think it's a great day. It's really a great day. And what you're about to do, you should be so proud. You're going to do something that literally no other county in Ohio has done, and frankly, I'm not sure any other counties in the United States have done. So what you say today and what gets rolled out on Monday to the small businesses will have a lasting effect well beyond the 7 or 8 terms that you 3 will serve.
See, it'd be 100.
Shibra asked me, she couldn't be here this morning, and so she asked me to say a couple things on her behalf. And this is Shira. Our local businesses needed your help, and you answered the call. It's a defining moment and a shining example of your dedication in investing in the well-being and the future of this community, both business-wise and otherwise. She expresses her sincere thanks to the county commissioners, Mike and Bob. They played a huge role in ensuring that we were always going in the right direction. So on behalf of the committee and myself, I want to thank you. I mean, your leadership is appreciated, and the business community really appreciates it. And I've heard from probably 15, 16 businesses just over the past weekend, and they're When's the applications coming out? When's the applications coming out? So it's going to be a good thing. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's great.
Lewis?
And, I'd like to thank the committee and Liberty and Orange Township Clerk Fravel and Mike Fromer and our council, Eric Hostetler. And there's been a heck of a lot of work put into this. And I think, I mean, really, and Kelsey and Bob Lamb, and I'm really excited about it. It will really save businesses here, so many businesses that decide to take advantage of it, and it's our small businesses that we're talking about, who are the backbone of this county.
Yeah, I'm going to probably be a little bit repetitive, but I think it's appropriate to be repetitive in this case. I think Liberty Township, Orange Township deserve special thanks. They came to the plate understanding the impact this is having on the small business community, as the Finance Authority has done, and as obviously the county's doing. And we'd always been great if we'd had greater support than that, but we have what we have, and these entities have obviously shown a willingness to support the small business community in a time that's going to be difficult. Even those that are open now, they're going to have to pay bills, in many cases with reduced dollars coming in the door over the next 4 to 6 months. The purpose of this is to give them an opportunity to transition and survive, because there are going to be businesses that are going to be hit really hard by this. I ate at Amato's last night. The number of people in the restaurant was quite a bit, but it was far from full because of the stipulations they have under it, and that's going to be true of businesses all over this county. So this is an effort on our part, Orange and Liberty Finance Authority, to give a helping hand at a time that is very important, and I just want to say thank you to all those people that are involved, and I wish the small businesses in our county, I hope this helps them get over the hump.
Amato's, their owner, they have repeatedly called yesterday. They intend to be the very first application in on Monday.
Well, I didn't know that, but
Great.
that doesn't...
Ah,
And
great.
which was interesting, sorry, Mike.
Oh, you're fine. No, you're good.
They've looked at other potential loans, for example, like what the city's trying to do. And they said, you guys have, have streamlined the process to where you can get in, get it applied, have the money within 10 days. And he
Oh, good.
wanted me to express the thanks to the three of you and your leadership. And okay, I forgot about state savings.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I would like to add this. These are loans. These are not grants. There is an expectation that businesses are going to be able to get on their feet, survive, and then they're going to repay these loans. That's the expectation, and I think that's the way it should work. And these small businesses are really going to have a tough time, as we all know, and this is a great opportunity for all of us to work together, and it shows the willingness in this county to work together. So that's all I have to say.
I want to mention one of
Yeah,
the things
sure.
that is really
Why don't, Don, so we can
Yeah.
hear you then,
Yeah.
you're on,
On the microphone?
right, yeah.
You look at the Finance Authority, they actually made a motion probably 15, 20 minutes or half an hour before y'all did the first time. Liberty and Orange have been in it from the beginning. It's really incredible because both of Liberty and Orange had some turbulent times in the recent history politically, and yet they came together and now they're working together. And I foresee that Liberty and Orange is going to continue to have this really great relationship with the county commissioners moving forward. But I want to kind of say something special about Shira. She wrote a letter on Monday to Powell City Council Mayor and expressed that she is willing to and will back all the applications that come in from businesses in Powell. That's huge. If you know, unfortunately, the edgy between Powell City Council and Liberty Township trustees, her extending that olive branch is just incredible. And I know that the Delaware County Finance Authority, as well as the county commissioners, the way it's been set up, they're going to support the businesses in the city of Delaware. So even, I share your disappointment, because I think it's a defining moment for the entire county to come together and not only move forward on this, but also move forward on other projects that come down the road. You know, and this is building trust. And but I also am really pleased that Shira sent this letter, and Frank, Mayor Patrone, he's written back and said thank you, and we're going to do it, and they're actually lining that up. And the same thing with the Finance Authority and the county with the businesses in the city of Delaware. So it's really pretty cool.
I just want to add to that, it's all the trustees in Liberty and all the trustees in Orange that played a role in this. They all voted in support of it, the ones that were present, so.
There were 3 resolutions on 3 different meetings. That's the other thing. Shira and Ryan and Dave Stage would say after every meeting, do I need to call a special meeting? I'll do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Actually, they couldn't do it today, but they could do it tomorrow. They were always doing that. All the votes from Liberty and Orange and the Finance Authority on all the votes, all were positive. There wasn't a single negative vote. There wasn't a single abstention. They were all positive. I think that's really says a lot too. So
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, again, being somewhat redundant, I do want to make sure we acknowledge the contributions of so many people, because this does show tremendous teamwork and leadership. Trustee Eichhorn, Trustee Rivers, really led the way in both Orange and Liberty, and you got great support there. The Dave Stage, Bill Bishop at the Finance Authority, pushed this through and worked on it, and there were lots of iterations of this. And so, yeah, it's great to see that. I think a couple of the advantages, big advantages that this program has over other programs is this one is very quick. The other programs, I think, can take up to 2 months. Ours is designed to be funded, or longer. Ours is designed to be funded in 10 days. Funded, not just application approved, but funded in 10 days. And then also, this program, there isn't an administrator or somebody taking a big chunk of the money off the top. And the money remains in the revolving loan fund. And if the revolving loan fund were ever dispersed, it would go back to the jurisdictions that funded it. So, again, a lot of advantages. The rates are very attractive, terms are attractive, so on, and we're very willing to lend anywhere in the county. So I think, the primary purpose now is obviously working on the challenges, this downturn that our local businesses face in the short term. But this is a long-term program too. This will have benefits for years, maybe decades, for the businesses in this county. Now, the immediate concern is obviously getting through this pandemic and the impact of that, and make sure our businesses can survive, and we help them. But it will really have long-term implications. So, again, everybody knows a thriving business community creates a thriving community. And we've had our businesses have been stressed, and hopefully this will help many of them get through this. So anyway.
I just want to add something. You made an excellent point that I will make sure it doesn't get lost in the translation. This is a county-wide program. We may be talking about Liberty and Orange because they step forward to help financially, but every small business in this county has an opportunity, if they can represent the fact that they are creditworthy, that they will have an opportunity to participate up until the funds are gone. And so I thought that was important that everybody understand that, because we keep saying Orange and Liberty, but it's everyone. We're all in this together. And Orange and Liberty and the Finance Authority provided the backstop that was important as we had these conversations. So I applaud their efforts as well in that regard. And I can't say this enough. Help the small businesses in this county. The Walmarts, the Costcos all did very well now's our opportunity to help those small businesses. Find a reason to go shop locally in the small businesses and eat locally. There's never been a more important time to help them right now. So I've said that many times, and I'll probably continue to say it. So please keep that in mind.
Yeah, excellent point. And I would be remiss if I didn't also thank Clerk Natalie Fragel, because her fund contributed significantly to the overall balance in this fund. So again, thanks to Clerk
And I
Fragel.
forgot to mention the Finance Authority in my remarks, and also
There's so many
Karen
people
First,
involved in this.
who has helped.
And the fact that we forgot indicates the wide support
That's
and
right.
so many people
The
that made this
collaboration,
possible. So
right. I
that-
did mention Natalie, Clerk Fragel,
yeah.
but that's good to always mention it again, yeah.
And Mike and Bob have been the super glue.
That's right, Mike, and
And they had to get that bottle out probably 3 or 4 times.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. Well, we will move on to a vote.
Vote on motion 20-528. Mr. Benny?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Administrative Report.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I think that's it for the regular agenda, correct? And Mike has administrator comments?
I'll be quick. You know, Commissioners, just to kind of dovetail on our dialogue about, you know, the businesses, you know, it's nice to be planning, you know, reopening and doing different things. You know, we've got a conference call this afternoon with the elected officials to start to plan, you know, opening up our facilities even more than what they currently are opening, and, you know, starting to, you know, we're getting towards that, you know, July 1st deadline of the current, you know, governor's orders, and we're starting to look at that and see, you know, the next adjustment we need to make. So once again, you know, just reflecting, you know, obviously today was landmark for the businesses, particularly the small businesses. You know, I'm not sure sitting where I'm at today that going back I would have done a lot, recommended you guys consider doing a lot different, you know, for our employees, you know, protecting our employees during this as well as the public, and now helping the businesses. So it's, like I said, this afternoon we're going to have a conference call with the elected officials, talk about that, continuing to open up and even more. So
good.
that's all I have to report.
Okay. Commissioner Lewis?
Well, just want to thank Mike again on the revolving loan program, and you certainly played a leadership role in pulling it all together, so thank you very much. And also as far as leading the county with our employees during the pandemic. Very, very smooth, and as you say, now we're going to talk to the elected officials and then decide next steps on that. But thanks, Mike. That's all I have.
All right. Commissioner Merrill?
I'm going to tag on that a little bit. George Kaiser, the role he played in getting us through, and Eric Hostetler, ultimately, it was made possible by their efforts as well. So
Right, absolutely.
they should be acknowledged. As far as my announcements, I'll keep it brief. CCO has our virtual board meeting tomorrow, so hopefully we're getting close to ending virtual meetings. I'd like to get back to the old normal, not the new normal. Over at Altamira, we have a meeting tomorrow at 3 o'clock to discuss some issues there. And I had the privilege of meeting the new administrator in Berkshire earlier this week. After he got on board, the virus kind of got in the way, and Kevin Vaughn, nice guy, and I've set up a meeting for him to meet Chris Bosman because he has some questions that Chris could answer better than I could answer. So, and there's a CCO policy meeting tomorrow, today at 1 o'clock, which I'll also be involved in. Other than that, I'm done.
Really, just a general comment. I want to thank all and just recognize that the two major votes we did today, you know, the fairgrounds, the bed tax, and the revolving loan fund, are possible because we're working so well together. You know, the Fair Board, the various townships, the different organizations, and it's just great to see that, how much more we can accomplish. The Finance Authority, just so many things. And I did also want to mention that Buckeye State Bank, I didn't mention this specifically, I think Commissioner Lewis did, but they really stepped up. This is not going to be a hugely profitable program for a bank to do, but because they're a community-focused bank, they're in our county, you know, we could work with the decision makers. And again, to your point about working with the local businesses, well, Buckeye State Bank's a local bank, local business, and they understood, and they worked with us together to come up with this very creative new program, and help the community.
Without that, we wouldn't have this program more than likely.
Right,
Because,
right. You have to have a bank.
because there were some hurdles that had to be accomplished. They were in a position to deal with those, and so that, very true.
I mean, kind of to your point, the Walmarts and Costco's, I mean, Chase would not have, Chase, a big international bank, would not have,
Right.
considered a program like this, but a local community bank did.
And others may have, but the time it would have taken to put it in play would have been longer, and Buckeye was able to.
Right, so
act
again,
quicker.
compliments to them. We had our investment advisory committee meeting this morning,
Yes, we did.
and
That's right.
it's going well. Mike Ringel, our treasurer, is doing a really nice job of managing the money. We've got updated policy in place, no major changes, but some good adjustments, fine tuning. Portfolio continues to do very well. So again, congratulations and we're getting good reporting, improved reporting. So again, good work there.
It was a good meeting.
Yeah, that is it for, I think, our comments. We do have need for executive session.
Resolution number 20-529, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for pending or imminent litigation for collective bargaining.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 20-529. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Fitton?
Aye. All right, we are now in executive session.
Is Tony coming?
Resolution number 20-530, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second. Vote?
Vote on motion 20-530. Mr. Fitton is absent. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Aye.
I understand we have need to go back into executive session. We had an area that was not identified on the original, so that is appointments, I believe, is that correct?
Correct. Resolution number 20-531, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of appointment of a public employee or public official.
So moved.
Second. Vote?
Vote on motion 20-531. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Fitton, again, is absent.
We are now in executive session.
Resolution number 20-532, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second. Vote?
Vote on motion 20-532. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
With that, we are now adjourned.